Well, hello again. In my last videos, we've been talking about Nikola Tesla and 369 and Elon Musk and lots of other stuff. So if you haven't taken a look, please look at my other videos. But in this video, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the device and how it flows and how the energy flows and how it resembles nature itself. So to first understand electricity, you have to understand magnetism, and the two of them go hand in hand. Where you find electricity, you will find magnetism, and where you find magnetism, you will find electricity. So in being able to combine these forces and mimic it in the form of nature is where I believe that we're going to find our answers on a sort of paranormal level. But electricity likes to move in angular formations and in straight lines, where magnetism moves in fields and sort of circles around particular points. And this is what is heavily played upon within my theory. So building something like this and trying to model it, a lot of it is about perspective and seeing it from a particular point of view. And for myself, I had difficulties. I don't have a computer that I could be able to model this on. So a lot of this device was simply giving me the ability to model it in my head and being able to see it physically take shape. So we previously talked that device is a electric discharge machine, a three-phase machine, which is simply three individual circuits, three racetracks, and electricity. We color each of the individual racetracks, each of the individual circuits, so we can color them white, black, and yellow races, and these individual races move their own electrons around their individual circuits. Now, we said that electricity or energy likes to move in angular formations, but it goes even deeper than that, because while it moves in angular formations, it also does it in a helix type pattern where you have a negative moving around a single positive, and this is also represented within the electrodes or within the capacitors themselves, because as the key, the red signal or the frequency is put through, it forms a helix type pattern around each of the individual cells, and it mimics the exact same magnetic fields and angular energy formations that we find in nature. So now all of these circuits or phases, they're all simply just still circuits of an AC motor, and they all have an electric field that is created every time that the circuit itself is switched. But just as an AC motor has its circuits, it also has wires that wrap around the circuits and move the current around that circuit. And that's where red is really key, because red really represents a Rodin coil, and there's been substantial experiments and projects on the Rodin coil, and many have come to know it as a over unity device, and it does do some very weird things, but it was only an individual part and was not a completion of the device. And so the Rodin coil is simply the wires that move the current around these three circuits. So for those of you that have studied the Rodin coil and have worked with it before and have seen its abilities to propel magnets and such, you'll realize that this is really key in understanding everything that I've talked about. And so at this point, I'll leave this video there, and like all my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. But more importantly, please ask Elon, how exactly are we going to conquer the vastness of space if we don't have the energy source to do it?